All right. Let me check something real quick. Check. Okay. Yeah, looks like my microphone is working correctly. All right. So, am I recording? I am. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. So, I am back in this home because I got kind of tired of all the other spaces I was trying. But check it out. I finally have the ability to change materials on the fly. So here is a glitter material. It's like those weird glitter stick things. I can also be... Oh, why isn't this working? I can be plastic. I can be plush. Okay, these transitions aren't working quite right. I need to figure out what's going on. I don't know what this is set to, but whatever. So I've got my stripey coloration. I don't know why my blend shapes are still weird. Like I keep on tweaking the blend shapes for my lips, and it still has the mouth stay a little bit open. Okay, yeah, there's something weird with my animation transitions. I think I need to make them last for more than like one frame. But yeah, like this is cool. So like there we go. So yeah, I'm all glittery. And then I've also got a couple of tune setups. So this is just regular plaid tune. And then if you remember the iPod ads from back in the day, that's what I'm going for here. So this is a fun little one. This is actually what I look like on Quest. Because why not? Let's see, I'm gonna anchor this to the world. So now I can walk away and you can do the iPod ad thing. So I look good and vague and shadowy, which is a lot of fun. I am a fan. Yeah, I need to figure out what's going on with my transitions, why they don't. Yeah, I think it's because... So when I set up the animations, I think... so the way that VRChat does these things is really annoying. So what you do is you have to set up... I mean, it's kind of a Unity thing and a VRChat thing, but you have to set up an animation controller, and then you have to set up parameters, and you've got to have little conditional rules that match everything. And what seems to happen is if you don't set the animation to have a delay in it, then the reverse animation back to the main thing takes priority. So like it, yeah, so it takes a little bit of time to like you can't just go directly into... I mean, the way I've got it right now, you can't go directly from one coloration to another, because like apparently it's really annoying. I mean, what I could do is I could have I could make my state transitions go from any to any, but that requires a huge amount of transitions, which is a pain in the butt. So there's another annoying thing where I really wanted to set it up so that I could have the texture and the material parameters, like just be like parameters set on the material instance and animate those. It turns out that Unity animators don't support that. So you actually do have to have a separate material for every texture and material combination, which is really annoying. I was hoping to not have to do that. So So setting stuff up is a little annoying. So I could only have fixed combinations of things. Now that said, this actually gets back to why I had originally done things using the swatch mapping, like the original version of pigment mapping, where I could change the color scheme procedurally and have a texture apply. I've abandoned that for various reasons. The big one being that you need to have a fallback texture anyway for people who don't have you on their trusted list. Otherwise, you look really weird. I mean, weirder than I normally do. I mean, I always look weird. But it's it's really annoying how the texture itself is not just a parameter of the or it's not an animatable parameter for whatever reason. I asked around with some like some local Unity devs that I know, and they said, "Oh yeah, you can override that using like using a Unity script." But the problem is you can't attach Unity scripts to avatars. And from what I can tell, you can't attach Udon scripts either, and I'm not sure if Udon scripts would have access to the required stuff anyway. Um, Now it's weird. I would have thought that Udon scripts were attachable, but as far as I can tell, Udon scripting is not part of the Avatar SDK. If someone out there knows otherwise and wants to let me know how to get Udon scripting into avatars, I would love to know. I have seen some people do things with avatars which seem like they require scripting, but as far as I can tell, the Udon scripting SDK is not part of the Avatar SDK. It's only in the World SDK. I'm probably missing something, because I have seen some pretty incredible stuff done with avatars that seem like it requires scripting. Um, like people having like seats attached to them, so like people can ride them or whatever. But also things like adding coin tosses and things like that. So things that can't be done with just an animation, like non-deterministic things. So I need to figure out what's going on with that and how to get that functionality. Um, or I mean, if I could figure that, I don't really care about scripting for other stuff, but if I can use scripting to make my material management easier, I would love that. Um, but in the meantime, I guess I'm fine with just setting up a whole bunch of materials and making per material animations and whatever. It's annoying, but it's not the worst thing. Also, now that I know how to do this, I actually know how to correctly add the various textures onto my the mouse critter. I've learned a lot. A sec. There we go. I've learned a lot just making this avatar, and like I might even make more changes to this avatar now that I know more about what I'm doing. Like I'd be able to actually like I think I actually know enough about Blender to like change the body the way I want to. I know enough about VRChat and Unity now to improve the way that I manage my textures, because like right now I didn't know how to actually add texture slots, so I just overrode a whole bunch of the slots in the really hinky way, which is really annoying. Um, it'd be fun to like turn this more critter like turn the hands into mitts. People keep on saying how much they like the big floppy friendly ears. Oh, it looks like my horns got reparented again. That's really annoying. Wonder what happened there. Like that's weird. No, could have sworn I saw the horns flop around in a way they shouldn't have. But yeah, like, and also I mean having the horns be part of the model instead of being an attachment in editor would be nice. And like removing the whiskers properly. Right now there's actually mouse whiskers that are I edited the pose so that they're just like embedded inside my neck, which is a really bad way to do it. But that's but I mean the mouse was basically temporary while I figured out how to do all I needed to do everything else. So it is interesting that okay, so it looks like my my settings for selected texture, material, whatever, those stuck. That's good. That's promising. I thought I might have to do something special to do that, but it seems like that's just automatic with toggle selections. So that's good to know. Anyway. Oh, also, let's see, does this work? Yes, I've got it on my thumb menu too. That's nice. Okay, so here we go. Hello. Oh, and actually that went in right away. That's interesting. Huh. So if I go through this menu, it seems to go right away. Hmm. But it does still do that weird, annoying transition back through the default, which is a little obnoxious. I think what I want to do... Let's see, how do I fix that? Because so I've got an... Let's see, the state should just go directly to the new material choice, which is just an animation parameter, an expression parameter rather. Well, it's an expression parameter that maps into the animation controller. When I choose the new coloration, it just sets that parameter directly. It shouldn't be going... Well, okay, so the way I changed it is it transitions back to default if it's a not equals. So I think what's happening... I think I need to make it so that if it just equals 0, then it transitions back there. Oh, but then if I... then it won't release the animation state. This is annoying. I don't understand this stuff enough. It's really fragile. It's definitely not built the way that I would have built it if I were doing the engine from the ground up. Which isn't to say it's wrong, of course, just I'm not the most experienced at Unity, and Unity has its own interesting patterns for things. So I just need to figure out how to do the things I want to do. Okay, so for example, if I go back to the critter mouse, I need to look more at how this one's animation controller works, because okay, so for example, if I bring up the expressions menu, come on, expressions menu. So it's like we've got this or this. Okay, so it does look like it very briefly goes... Here's one of the default textures. Yeah, I see it flashing really rapidly through the default state. So I did use this avatar as a reference for how to do it. So that would... any foibles from this would also apply to my avatar. So I think... let's see. Go back here and check something. So let's see, if I go through the expressions big menu, doing plush. Okay, so that loaded up the plush expression. If I go back to purple glitter, okay, that's working now. That's interesting. It didn't work earlier. But okay, I think this is good enough. I'll want to add more. I want to add more colorations and stuff. But I mean, this is a really nice set that I have so far. I've got like 10 of them right now as it is. So, what I've done is I've arranged. Let me hold on a sec. Let me Let me show you my UI for this. So, yeah. So Oop, here we go. Okay, so I have. It's interesting that it's not reversed. I would have expected it to be, but whatever. So what I did was I made a whole bunch of top level groups for things like I've got like the plaid based ones, and then the different materials for that. Same for stripy, where I only have the two so far, and then tune's a little different because like right now I just have iPod and plaid there. So like like plaid also has would have tune on it. Yeah, this one's accidentally labeled new control. I forgot to fix the name on it. But I'm kind of considering how I want to actually organize this. Probably what I'll do is because like I don't want the menus to get too gigantic. So I don't know. I mean, maybe I'll do it by material then by color scheme. I don't know. It doesn't. I guess that makes a bit more sense, but there's a lot of possibilities. Anyway, this is really cool, and I am really happy with how this turned out. This does have me thinking that at some point I'll go back to the swatch mapping thing, because that does let me do a few more things. And then I could set up the different like surface materials, and then have the shader for setting up the colors rather than needing to bake out a bunch of textures. But I don't know. It seems fine the way it is. It's not as fancy and graphics programmery as I would have liked, but that's okay. The whole point of this was to get my weird persona into VRChat. Anyway, I can't think of anything else to say, so I'll just go now.